This painting has an unsolved mystery surrounding it, Las Meninas. Las Meninas has captivated art admirers for almost 350 years. The court of King Philip IV of Spain is depicted in great detail in this intricate oil painting by Diego Velázquez. This masterwork from 1656, which is widely considered among the most significant works in the history of Western art, continues to significantly impact contemporary visual culture. The title, which translates to Ladies in Waiting, was a watershed moment in art history since it marked Velázquez's departure from the conventionally stiff, formal portraiture of royalty. Instead, King Philip IV's daughter, Infanta Margaret Theresa, is depicted on her court on a massive canvas, with Velázquez painting her from behind an easel. Las Meninas, which is now on display in the Prado Museum in Madrid, is a masterpiece by Velázquez. The question is, what is it about this masterwork that has captivated people for so long? What is so revolutionary about it, and what Velázquez hoped to convey with it is not made clear. So let's analyze what makes Las Meninas such an enduring symbol of Mexico and its culture. Keep watching to know more about this fascinating painting. Who exactly is Diego Velázquez? Diego Velázquez, the artist behind the work, was a major figure during the Spanish Golden Age. It was during this time that the Spanish Habsburg dynasty was at its peak and Spain's cultural explosion began. King Philip IV of Spain patronized Velázquez, and the artist's career took off as a result of the Habsburgs' ascendancy and the growing power of the Spanish Empire. The Spanish painter worked during the same time as the famous Italian and French Baroque artists, but he did not imitate their styles. The early civilian in him is reflected in his penchant for bodegon sequences. Traditional Spanish kitchen still lifes depict scenes of daily life that are unique to Spain. After relocating to Madrid, Velázquez's career began to flourish. Velázquez became the official court painter after the death of Philip's previous one. Velázquez's groundbreaking brushwork included the use of loose brushstrokes to produce texture and movement in clothing, and his ability to portray a physical likeness of his subjects. Later artists such as Manet and the Impressionists built upon the foundations he laid, hence his work is considered seminal. Las Meninas. More than 30 years had passed since Velázquez first joined the court of King Philip IV before he painted Las Meninas. During that period, he became the king's trusted advisor and was there when both his first wife and their only son passed away. Margaret Theresa, the little girl in the middle of the image, was King Philip's first and only daughter from his second marriage to Mariana of Austria. Philip had the painting done for his office at his summer palace. It stayed in the royal palace until 1819, when it was donated to the Prado Museum. The Spanish author Antonio Palomino owes us a great deal of what we know about Las Meninas because he devoted an entire chapter of his book on Spanish artists to the picture. He not only named most of the people depicted in the artwork, but also provided the year it was painted. Palomino's analysis further reveals that the depicted scene is a room in the royal Alcazar. The Habsburgs made their home in this fortress-turned-palace. Main figures crucial to Las Meninas. When looking at a canvas depicting the Habsburg court, it is essential to know who each individual was and what function they played. When Las Meninas was painted, the little princess would have been around 5 years old. Philip and his 2 wives had a total of 12 children, but Margaret Theresa was one of only 2 to reach adulthood. In the future, she will wed Holy Roman Emperor Leopold I and become known as Empress. Yet, here she is, clothed like a young Habsburg should be and accompanied by 2 ladies in waiting. However, rather than looking at one of her servants, she seems to be looking straight past Velázquez's easel at the person who stands there. Isabel de Velasco and Mara Agustina Sarmiento. Margaret Theresa with her maids waiting by her sides, Meninas. Isabel is in a position to curtsy at the little princess's left. Maria Agustina instead kneels and brings her a tray of drinks. Mara Burbal and Nicolasito Pertosato. On the right side of the painting, we see 2 dwarfs, the German Barbola and the Italian Pertosato. A sleeping dog is roused from his slumber by Pertosato, who places his foot on his back. Great specimen of a Spanish Mastiff, which was originally raised to watch over and protect sheep flocks. Velázquez painted many portraits of court dwarfs to emphasize their importance in Philip's court. De Ulua Marcela. Margaret Theresa's chaperone, Marcela de Ulua, is in the background, right behind Isabel de Velasco. She is weeping while she speaks with an unknown man, perhaps a bodyguard, who also wears black. José Nieto. By having him stand in a doorway, the image gives the Queen's Chamberlain, José Nieto, center stage. Nieto may have been a relative of Velázquez and served as the court's head of tapestry works. He appears to be parting a curtain in a doorway, possibly to let in more light for the painter. Mariana of Austria and King Philip IV of Spain. Young Margaret Theresa appears to be staring at someone in the mirror at the back of the room, but only eagle-eyed onlookers will catch a glimpse of the couple in the reflection. King Philip IV and Queen Mariana of Austria's statues are seen here. Considering that we also see Velázquez at his easel, it becomes evident that she is gazing at her parents. The Arnolfini portrait by John van Eyck possibly inspired the painting's use of mirrors and reflections. This Northern Renaissance masterwork was painted in 1434 and hung in Philip's palace. Thus, Velázquez was likely exposed to it. Diego Velázquez. Artists often include themselves in their works. Raphael did it in the School of Athens, but Velázquez gives his self-portrait a prominent position in the painting. The entirety of Las Meninas takes place in the artist's Alcazar workshop, and the plot is driven by the events there. The cultural life of the court relied heavily on Velázquez, who served not only as a royal painter, but also as a curator of Philip's extensive art collection. The Spanish artist is depicted here at his easel, hard at work on a painting of the royal couple. Meaning of Las Meninas. This captivating painting puts the viewer in the role of the king and queen. This novel twist transforms the viewer into both a bystander and an active participant in the experience depicted in the artwork. Since it was originally displayed in Philip's office, he was the most likely onlooker. Las Meninas then depicts a slew of people who would have been significant to the king. Art historians have speculated that Velázquez intended to use the piece to boost his status at the royal court. Instead, he proved his worth by going above and beyond the mechanical practice of painting. This would have been crucial as a modest but significant aspect of the artist's self-portrait. He wears the insignia of the esteemed ecclesiastical and military organization, the Order of Santiago, represented by the Red Cross on his chest. Extremely selective, he was only allowed to join in 1659 thanks to the royal decree. It was formerly believed that he had retroactively added a cross on his chest, but recent conservation efforts have proven this to be false. Before he became a knight, was the artist advancing his agenda at the expense of others? Leading Velázquez scholar and art historian Jonathan Brown has proposed an alternative explanation. He claims the painting has been created between 1659, when the artist was knighted, and 1660, when he accompanied King Philip II of Spain on a crucial diplomatic mission to France. That Las Meninas was intended as a token of appreciation to King Philip for knighting Velázquez is a theory put up by Brown. However, the intricate interplay among the artists, the model, and the observer ensures that Las Meninas will always be fascinating. Can anyone tell who is observing whom? Of course, but why, you ask? Art enthusiasts find the mystery fascinating. Las Meninas and its impact. As Velázquez's reputation rose on a global scale in the 19th century, so did the impact of Las Meninas. Las Meninas was a favorite of Picasso's. In 1957, the Cubist master painter painted 58 different versions of the same piece. In 1958, Salvador Dalí created Velázquez's painting, the Infanta Margarita, with the lights and shadows of his glory. As a homage to the work, as his career progressed, he returned to paintings that were influenced by Las Meninas. Though Picasso's and Dalí's works were intended as tributes to their fellow Spaniard, other artists learned from Las Meninas and applied its teachings to their portraiture. The Daughters of Edward Darley Boyd by John Singer Sargent is the most well-known illustration of this type. Painted in oil in 1882, Las Meninas undoubtedly inspired Sargent's loose brushstrokes and composition of figures, as well as his use of space, which he shifted from a dark backdrop to a light foreground. Do like, share, subscribe, and comment below on what you think about this famous painting, and I'll see you on the next video.